This is the LiftMaster TECHNA barrier arm gate operator. You'll install the operator on a reinforced concrete pad. Be sure to check local and national codes before installing the electrical conduit and pouring the concrete. To get started, unbox the operator, open the lid, and remove the cover. Inside the box with the operator, you'll find the manual, arm bracket, hardware, warning signs, and antenna. Remove the manual, arm bracket, hardware, and box to allow for more room while installing. Take the unit off the wood plank and mount onto the concrete pad. If you're replacing an existing operator, determine whether the existing bolt mounting pattern is compatible with the operator. Anchor the barrier arm operator to the concrete pad. One of TECHNA's benefits is the ability to easily change the handing of the operator. Before installing, determine the handing of your arm and, if needed, change the direction of the counterbalance springs. The operator is pre-configured out of the box for right side rotation with the maximum arm length, 14 feet for commercial and 12 feet for parking. Verify the arrows on the spring assembly are pointing in the same direction the arm will move. By default, the spring assembly will be positioned for the arm to move right. For an arm moving left, you will need to reverse the spring handing. To do so, remove the counterbalance spring assembly by removing 3 screws that attach the counterbalance spring assembly to the gearbox. When changing the direction of the arm, be sure to keep the switch harness attached. Take care not to damage the switch harness. Rotate the counterbalance spring assembly 180 degrees so that the 2 end plates swap position. The spring arrows should still be on the top of the assembly after rotating. Install the 3 attachment screws again to secure the counterbalance spring assembly to the gearbox. Tighten the 3 bolts to 30 foot-pounds. For this installation, we will be installing the barrier arm for right side rotation. From the factory, the key will be pointed upwards, indicating there is no tension. Under no tension, the spring should also move easily by hand. Locate the 3 bolts that attach the spring assembly to the gearbox. Use a screwdriver to remove the switch harness. Using a socket wrench and extension to avoid accidental contact with the loaded springs inside the cabinet enclosure, loosen each screw by 3 full rotations only. Do not fully remove these bolts yet. If needed, modify the spring count to the correct counterbalance for your arm and accessories. Refer to the manual for spring adjustment guidelines based on arm length. Out of the box, you get a maximum of 9 springs. Since the arm used here is 8 feet, we will modify the spring count to 4. Remove the hub by loosening the 3 set screws and sliding it off. Remove the key using a flathead screwdriver. Remove the end plate by removing the 2 bolts. Remove the unneeded springs and spacers. Add retention collars in place of the removed springs. Fasten the retention collar screws. Reinstall the end plate and tighten the 2 end plate screws to 22 foot-pounds. Reinstall the key. Reinstall the hub and tighten the 3 set screws in. Tighten the 3 bolts that attach the spring assembly to the gearbox to 30 foot-pounds. Attach the switch harness using a screwdriver. Your barrier arm will come with its own instructions for assembly. The breakaway arm setup uses a breakaway sensor located on the arm bracket and a magnet located on the arm to detect the presence of the arm. Make sure the magnet sits flush. The arm should be mounted with the edge mounting channel facing toward the ground. This magnet must be in place for all arm bracket configurations. If the sensor is not installed, the operator will not run. To install the barrier arm, ensure the operator is powered off. Loosen the 4 screws on the arm bracket. Slide the arm bracket onto the output shaft of the operator. Loosely tighten the hub bolts. The arm bracket should freely rotate at this point. Push the arm into the arm bracket. Be sure to install the arm with the arm magnet toward the operator. Since this installation is for a breakaway arm, install the 2 3-inch carriage bolts through the back of the arm bracket and through the arm. Install a flat washer and nylon nut to each. Ensure that pivot pin is not in place. If it is, the arm will pivot when dislodged instead of being dislodged perpendicular to the lane. Rotate the arm bracket vertically so that the arm is in the open position. Torque each of the 4 hub bolts to 60 foot-pounds. Connect the operator wiring harness to the barrier arm wire harness and place the end cap on the arm. The TECHNA arm operates on 120, 240, and 480 AC power with built-in DC conversion and battery backup. Consult the user manual for precise current ratings and recommended wire gauge sizes. The voltages listed on the non-standard side require a 3pH CONV kit to be compatible. This is our 3-phase converter kit. Make sure the circuit breaker and the operator's AC switch are turned off. Open the cover and wire the AC power according to the unit's VAC. Close the cover. The batteries are charged in the circuit by the integrated transformer. Place the batteries on the shelf inside the operator cabinet. Connect a jumper between the positive terminal of the battery to the negative terminal of the other battery. Connect the black battery wire from the operator to the negative terminal of the battery. Connect the red battery wire from the operator to the positive terminal of the battery. Turn the breaker and AC switch on. Programming happens at the unit's main central board using the LCD display. Here you can set the arm length, set open and close limits, set arm speed, set force, and set signal LEDs. Set the arm length. Ensure proper operation by adjusting the spring mechanism according to the desired arm length before making your selection. Adjust the limit settings to correspond with the desired open and close positions of the barrier arm. Set the arm speed. Set force. Sensitivity is adjusted based on the arm and accessories. After any adjustment, an obstruction test must be performed. This procedure tests only the operator's inherent obstruction sensing device. Set cabinet signal LEDs. The cabinet signal LEDs function independent from the arm, but they will sync when in motion if both are enabled. Set arm signal LEDs. Program any transmitters. Select the function you want for the transmitter, then click the transmitter button to program. You can connect the operator to Wi-Fi or hardwire via its Ethernet port. Visit the link for more information on how to connect to network. Connect the loops. If you are using loop detectors, you can use a wired loop connected to the main board or the Loop DET LM plug in loops on the auxiliary loop rack. When you're finished, close the operator cabinet door and cover. Assemble the antenna, making sure not to bend it. Lock the cover. Installers must install the UL required warning signs. The signs must be installed in plain view on both sides of each barrier arm gate operator installed. Use the fastening holds in each corner to permanently secure the sign. For more information on the LiftMaster TECHNA barrier arm, follow the link or scan the code.